guys, how are you? I'm here again to give you another episode of my season of life. In fact, it's episode 34, and we are still talking about the many ways, the many guidelines on how to curate the life that you love. And how did we start? We started episode 29 with the concept of memento mori. Remember that? And starting the episode 29, it's now me and my husband collaborating on this taping. And again, I have not left our bedroom, my favorite place in the house. I'm sure you're smiling quietly there, thinking of a lot of sexy stuff in there. Well, that's one of the most important reasons why I love our bedroom. And last episode, I told you, that our headboard is really one of my husband's, obra maestra, because he is an artist, and his studio is just it's just outside the door. So the moment I opened the door, I would see his pending work, his ongoing work, okay, pieces which are half painted, half finished, until they are all finished. It's just really wonderful. Talking about the good life, that's one of the many things that do not cost us anything. We're at home, and yet when I go out the door, it's beautiful. It sparks joy. Talking about that, last episode I talked about the path, of the warrior, isn't it? And we talked about what you say, what you do, what you think becomes you. And I said, there are many, many ways we can do this, and I'd like to share with you some. Now, I am reminded of this beautiful statement I read. It says, don't be afraid of death. Be afraid of the unlived life. Don't be afraid of death. Be afraid of the unlived life. What do you mean by unlived life? It is a life that was wasted. A life that is full of what ifs, or a life full of regrets. Like, how come I didn't do that? How come I didn't choose to do that? Oh, because it's so risky. Oh, because my parents, would not approve, or maybe because what will the neighbors say? All of this all of this consideration. So I am also reminded of the book I read, like one of the top 5 regrets of the dying. The number one regret is, I should have lived the life that I've always wanted, and not followed the dictates of other people. So I have lived their lives and not my life. What uh, useless way to die, isn't it? Okay? So that is the path of the warrior. And one of the things that helped me really is, I try, okay, after coming up with the big design of what a good life, what a life I love to live. One of the things which has always helped me is this: what can I do today or this year? One big thing that I could do, within the year, or a couple of little things, or one big thing that I could do every year that will define that year for me. Something substantial. Maybe it's a dream that I had many, many years ago. I never had time, or maybe because I was too scared, to do that. That I will endeavor to do. And I started that paradigm in year 2024, which is this year. What is that one big thing that finally I was able to do? And that is what? Launch this channel. I told you in the past episode, I don't know which episode, you just check it out, that the seeds for this channel were planted in 2016 when I was diagnosed with cancer and survived it, after a major operation. So it took me 8 years, okay, to finally launch it, but I launched it. That's why what defines 2024 for me is the launch of this channel and the endings of some very, very major decisions and relationships I had. It's something I would always remember. Okay? So I give that to you. Begin to think of one big thing per year that will define that year, and that will pile up, pile up in the in the pile of happiness, happy moments that you have lived until it's time to go. All right, talking about time to go. Okay, don't forget to like, give me a big thumbs up, and also subscribe so that you will not miss any of this of our episodes. And again, it is my pleasure to walk side by side with all of you, my beautiful, fascinating Renaissance friends, in traversing this autumn of our life. I'll see you again. Goodbye.